welcome back to Cooking Conspiracy. What do we got going on tonight? Well, let's give you some previews. We got some cheese here. We got some ground beef, some tortillas. Okay, we're making a quesadilla. So it'll be a beef quesadilla, cheddar cheese, a quesadilla sauce. It'll be good. Other than that, we're going to do a ham and provolone melt. It will also be good. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Got a shallot. I'm not going to cook the onion all the way through. The shallot's a little bit more mild, so don't need to cook it as much. And we're not going to use a ton of it because I don't want a million floaties in my ground beef, just a little bit. So you got your shallot over there, all right? We got jalapeno here. Probably not going to want a whole jalapeno in here. And the jalapeno you do want to be finely diced. I am doing excellent, Cassandra. How are you doing today? Actually, I'm a little bit tired, but I went skiing Saturday, Sunday, and then I ran like 4 miles today, so a little bit tired, but feeling pretty good. Happy Monday, Lamont. That's going to be plenty. And we'll dice that down a little bit. Captain Treasure, we're going to make a quesadilla, and then we're going to make a ham, I guess a grilled cheese, a ham and provolone melt. You know what? I don't really like this being uncontrollable. It's sliding around a little too much. Get rid of that. Oh, thank you, Manna. That will be good. Okay, so then you got your jalapeno taken care of here. How long you'll be out of town? 2 more weeks. And then I'll be back in my kitchen or my living room. We'll see. But until then, got 1.18 pounds of ground beef. For $4.18. So that's not bad. Let's go ahead and get a nice big handful of this meat in there. Probably not going to use all of that, but the rest of it I can use with breakfast tomorrow. The french fries are gone, but we'll see. I should have used a plate for this, but okay. Got your ground beef there. Let's go ahead and season that up. Let's get some salt into the fight. Some black pepper. You know, don't worry about who's watching my dogs. The dogs are well taken care of, but Emily, my girlfriend's watching the dogs. Pepper's in there. We'll put cumin in there, but I don't have any. Just got garlic, so that'll work. Garlic powder in there, yep. And let's go ahead. Put all that jalapeno, diced jalapeno in there. That'll be good. Put the shallot in there. Oh yeah, they get twice daily walks. Yeah, the dogs are doing well. I don't know. Now, this is a question for like all those parents out there. You know, since we're kind of subject of dog sitting and stuff like that. So I got my dogs crate trained, and so when I tell them to go to jail, they run to their crates. At what age is like crate training not cool for children? Oh, they get all sorts of rubs. So you're just going to make sure your vegetables get well incorporated. And then the seasoning. That way your ground beef will be seasoned all the way through consistently. And then the vegetables will be in there, and when you flatten it out to grill, it'll be excellent. Yeah, Pat sent, but guess what? They like Blue Buffalo. Chem Treasure, it's where, they have a little box, that's their little den. And that, basically train them to enjoy going to their little den. I mean, they're burrow animals, so. Not quite. We're making a quesadilla here. But you could make it a smash burger, but it would just be a spicy smash burger. I mean, I guess I'll make what the people want. I mean, if we want to turn this into a smash burger situation, we could. But I was leaning towards a quesadilla. All right. Good for you, Pat. Good for you. Go put the ground beef back in the refrigerator here. Got some ham here. We'll use that in a bit. Like, have I ever tried a quesadilla in my life, or make a quesadilla, or make a quesadilla out of George Foreman here? You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. Normal music. Yeah, well, I ain't trying to live in the poorhouse when I'm older. And I'm also actively trying to lose weight. And eating out is not really conducive to that. Because if I know I got a Chick-fil-A, I know I'm getting 2 burgers and fries, Right now I'm in New Mexico. That should be enough cheddar for this quesadilla. Maybe one more slice. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, drove up to Colorado and went skiing this past weekend, so that was pretty cool. I got that. Well, I'm glad, salads, I'm not gonna say they're underrated. I'm not gonna say they're overrated. A salad's a salad. It has its place. And sometimes they can be very, very good, even. You having a ham shaming or that ball of stuff? What's a ham shaming? I can assure you I do not have a kink involving ham. But if that's your thing, you do you. Alright, we're gonna just take just your average white bread. Well, hello, Daenerys. How are you? Did you just cross-contaminate? Pat, chill out. I'll be fine. And no, I didn't. If you didn't notice, no meat touched the cutting board. Nice layer of mayo on there. You don't want it too thick. But you definitely don't want a dry sandwich either. All right. I'm making a sandwich right now, and then I'm gonna make a quesadilla. Well, the order is gonna be screwed out of order, but you'll see. All right. Now, for you calorie counters, each slice of this provolone cheese, 70 calories. So that's, bread. What was the bread? 90. So 90, 180 plus 3 slices of cheese. So that's call it 400. Tablespoon of mayo. That's 500. 2 slices of ham, 3 slices of ham is 100. So yeah, you're looking like 550 calories on this sandwich. But we'll be good. So now a lot of you are going to tell me, oh, you need to put mayo on the outside, blah, 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 blah. If you're going to do it in a fry pan by itself, yeah, that'd be great. But I'm going to put it in the George Foreman right after I cook a ball of ground beef in it. Miracle Whip is for, I suspect the same type of people that use Miracle Whip, dry out their turkey. And I don't even think I got to explain it more than that. Yeah, well, life's too short to end up with, a whale of a wife because you couldn't count your calories and, attract an attractive mate either, Scott Zuko. So, and I agree, Miracle Whip isn't mayo and Miracle Whip sucks ass. All right, ham can go back in the fridge, as can the provolone cheese and the cheddar. So we're kind of cleaning up as we go here. And the mayo, we're not quite done with the mayo yet. Duke's is the best mayo. Yeah, I won't fight that. I know people are passionate about their mayos. Hellman Craft, Not sure if I 100% agree with that, but man. Yeah, just one of them sparkling waters. It's not very good. That's not terrible, but let's set this off to the side. We'll come back to it. Let that heat up here. I don't know, one of these sparkling water. It's too bubbly. Won't get it again, but I accidentally bought a 12-pack thinking it was something else. So, yeah. I'll sip on it. It's carbonated. So, I think 8. 8 years now. I learned as an adult. Very much so the weekend warrior type. I'm not that good. I act like I'm a lot better than what I actually am, but I can hang. No, it's not Velveteer. It's some off-brand named Proctor Silex or something. But same basic concept. It works the same. Plug it in. You wait for the light to turn green, and then it is ready to cook on. Supposedly 0 calories, so I'm sure it's going to give me cancer or something. Honestly, I may or may not. I might go skiing instead, because guess what? Ski resort's going to be empty Sunday because everybody else is watching the Super Bowl, and I don't give a shit. This is hurting. You need to lower the lampshade. There, better. Gemini Gabe. I do not know Gemini Gabe. Yeah, no problem, Marianne. No problem. Yeah, well, we've probably been ignored by that point, Caden. You know, we've come a long way since your beginning. Okay, the green light's on. So I got this big ball of ground beef. Let's just, you know, kind of make it into a tubular shape. Ventilation open. And we're just going to let it cook until it starts to smoke. So that's the plan. Ground beef at the moment. I'm going to turn into a quesadilla here. What's going on, Cherry? Welcome back. Good to see you again. I did check out your channel. I'm a fan. What's up, Papa? How you doing, buddy? Doing good. Yeah, you can Google it. I ain't trying to go backcountry skiing in Hawaii. No, you'll hit rock after rock after rock. Well, technically it's not my coffee table. I think there's a big distinction there. I am plenty old enough. Honestly, I just want to get in shape so I can be more active and actually enjoy it, you know. And part of that is cutting calories and alcohol out, so. It's used to snowboard a little bit, like growing up when I was a kid, but now just ski. I've made a lot of different types of seafood. I don't know if you would call it a seafood boil, because, you know, usually I'm not... feel like to make a good seafood boil, you gotta make a lot at once, and usually I don't cook for that many people, and when I do, I'm a little bit intimidated to make a meal like I haven't done before that I could fuck up. Generally, when you have dinner guests, don't experiment on them. Experiment on it yourself. Experiment on a taste tester, maybe like a neighbor that, you know, say, hey, I'm experimenting on a recipe. You ate it? Yeah. And then they'll come over, they'll eat your dinner, they'll be grateful, they'll give you feedback. But don't experiment on guests, alright? Now we're going to put a little bit of foil over that burger. We'll keep that hot. We'll come back to the quesadilla. But, now look at this. This is how art is done, and this is why you did not put mayo on the sandwich here. And you're going to give that about 2-3 minutes. Oh yeah, I miss my dogs every day. Yeah, no beer tonight, Cassandra. Yeah. You got the subdued version. Well, Pat, you know, I feel like this is an insider attack. Plot twist, Pat's actually my girlfriend's alias. They're a package deal. The dogs are at her place. Oh, thank you, King. No, hold on. Yeah, they're too bubbly. The taste isn't that good. I won't buy them again, to be honest. Oh, well, thank you, Caden. Notice I'm not pushing my lifestyle on any of you. Yeah, no, not really. Back in the 90s, I was drinking water out of a hose that was attached to the side of the house because my 30-minute video game quota had ran out. Oh, that hose water was the best. Unless you got like the first sip that had like all the hot water that had been baking inside the rubber hose all day. That was literally not cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this sandwich out. We'll just set this off to the side. We're gonna have the sandwich. We got some work to do on the quesadilla. And oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, if you really wanted to melt the cheese down more, you could have cooked it a little bit longer. This is about 3 minutes on the panini press. Cheese in the middle is melted. To get it all be cheesy and melty and pull apart, wouldn't need to add more cheese. Wow. That's fair, Caden. That's fair. Probably, if I'm counting, probably between 2,500. Probably around 2,500. But if I do that, that's about. I'll stay at. I won't gain weight. I won't lose weight. If I cut down to like 2,200, I'll start to lose weight. If I keep it under 2,000 calories, I'll lose weight really quick. No, go for you, Pat. Go for you. They have their place, King Doopy. George Foreman is not going to replace an oven. It's not going to replace a full barbecue. It's not going to replace a stove. But in certain niche applications, like work travel, they have their place. They're excellent. I mean, the real question is, does anybody have anything against George Foreman style grills? I mean, I don't think they replace a fry pan and a hot plate. Like, what I really like are those little induction burners, and then throw a fry pan on top of that, and then you can do anything. I got some limitations here, so the George Foreman is perfect for this situation. Yeah, that, or he just sold his name. Now, do you think it was really George Foreman that came up with the George Foreman grill? Or just a clever marketing? Some guy had the idea, he just demonstrated it to him and then said, all right, I'll put your name on it. You can have 10%. I'll keep the rest. I mean, what are the origins of the George Foreman grill? I don't know. What's going on, Tyrone? I mean, did he? I mean, somebody Google it, how much money George Foreman made off the George Foreman grill. Or did he just get taken to the cleaners and used? Because I'm just saying, no way George Foreman did not have help making this. Did he make more money from the George Foreman grill or boxing? Yeah, but did he make it, or did he just let his name be used? And somebody came to him with a product and said, hey, help me advertise this. I mean, I don't know the guy personally, but I'm just going out on a limb and saying he ain't sitting around his, mansion where he has every cooking appliance in the world at high-end hotels he's staying at and saying, wow, what if I could just, have a little grill in my room? What's up, 67 Cool? No, thank you, Slots. Why do you? Gold Jamo, how you doing? Mini Pringles. I don't know what the obsession with Pringles is today, but this will be a quesadilla one here. I don't need Pringles. Are you a Pringles rep? What's up, Raymond? Don't need a whole ton because you remember your cheese is going to melt and the cheese is going to be creamy, all right? A little bit of mayo spread out. Don't put your sandwich knife down, you'll need that. A little garlic powder. A little bit of salt. A little bit of hot sauce, all right? No, we are not drinking tonight. Yeah. Well, I take food very seriously. Yeah, I think Pringles are actually considered potato crisp and not chips, and there is a difference. Basically, crisp are kind of just pressed together into shape or whatever, where chips are baked or fried or whatever. Get some cheese in there. I think we're probably going to need about half of the ground beef that we made earlier. Yeah. Okay, so cooked all the way through, not dry as hell. Let's give it a sample taste. So, that's good. As you can see, as I tear it apart, it's still juicy. Sorry about that. Don't know what just happened. Yeah, well, you know, I say you should never meet your heroes, so. Anyway, so go ahead, layer some of your cheese on top there. You know, honestly, this application, probably shredded cheese would work better, but you use what you got, yeah? Go ahead, get that cooking back up to temperature. Let's see, let's mash that ground beef down. Now, obviously, if you wanted to put more bullshit in your quesadilla, you can. If you wanted to have guacamole to dip in, and you can make it, but that's not the type of video we're doing. This is a quick, easy dinner situation tonight. And now, our griddle's back ready to go. But on this, we're going to fold it over. Let's push it back a little bit. Really, you want a solid amount of cheese on the edges that will hold it together as it cooks. And we're going to give that 2 minutes or so. Oh yeah, that'll be about right. Yeah, I mean, some things I'm just not curious about. Like, I've never been curious how Pringles are made. But, you know, if I was faking sick to stay home from school and I happened to scroll by on the History Channel, I probably would have watched it. Ooh, I'm seeing little bits of smoke. Ooh, we're still looking good. Did I lose my chat? Okay, well, we're back. Sorry, lost the chat for a while. Apologize. Your screen froze. Yep. I like Luca Schrinder. Hold on. Hopefully we're back. Oh, man. Hot dogs are good. We like hot dogs. What's up, Corey? Did I go a month without eating tortillas? Yes, I would just replace them with pasta. What's up, Justin? How you doing, buddy? Bryce, welcome back. How you doing tonight, bud? It's nice I don't feel guilty that you're up at like 3 a.m. All good, you know. Suggest you go find a bathroom or a Gatorade bottle, Mac 10. No, you know, hanging in there. You know, had a good weekend skiing, so that was good. Exactly. Yeah. Another 20 seconds. Oh, we got a cheese explosion. This cleanup might be a little bit messy, but that's all right. So a good on-time pull-out, as always. That's non-stick surface, so that shouldn't be too bad. But oh yeah, all the cheese is melting out. I pressed a little bit too hard. That can happen. Now, being that. I'll just let that chill for a minute. That way the cheese, you know, I don't want to say freezes up, but more solidifies, so when you cut it, it doesn't splooge out everywhere, you know, or seep out. That's a better word, sorry. Okay. Hot. Now the George Foreman makes it a little bit tricky to get the cheese melted perfectly because the grill, by design, is built on a slant, so all the grease ends up rolling downhill into the grease trap. So, you know, I guess you're going to want to pull out a little bit sooner than normal. That way all the cheese doesn't run out. My day was good, Bryce. Thank you for asking. Cool, Janu. Nobody cares, but welcome. Say it again and you'll get timed out for spam. Nah, $3 dollar store knife. What? Now let's talk about some bullshit. When did the dollar store shit start costing more than $1? Yeah, well, you do you. But now, Kramer, I don't travel with my nice knife. That's exactly right, Bryce, as always. What spectrum am I not on? That's probably a shorter list, Eric. By the way, how much did your mother hate you to name you Eric? I mean, have you ever heard anybody say Eric? And it's like, wow, what a cool guy. What's going on, Glenn? How you doing? Ooh, favorite cheese is a tough one, but probably use Parmesan the most. I don't know. I'm from the Midwest, not New York City. For real, me too. Can name the ones. Ain't that the truth? We all got a little bit of the tism in us. All right, Mike. Well, good. There are exceptions to the rules, but you know, how's your dad's relationship with your grandmother? What's going on, Buggo? Well, you know, that's a nice little happy birthday to you, Glenn. Congratulations. Yeah, well, yeah, shit happens. That's what old ladies do. They die. I'm just saying, the villain in Billy Madison was named Eric. And I think that's all we really need to. I think that ends the argument on that one. There are exceptions. I'm sure your dad's a cool dude. Yeah, well, at least my name's not Eric. Bend over Eric. Yeah, that's a tough combo. But, you know, I'm sure there are cool Erics out there, you know? Not really. I'm not active on it, Cassandra. Wow. Oh, I touched a nerve there, Eric. I think Vikings would have a little thicker skin than old Eric does there. Oh man, first time, Eric? Welcome. I'm always good, Glenn. Thank you for asking. Cheese, then some ground beef up in there. Oh man, you need the line for the hotline, Eric? No, you're just bitter that your Cialis prescription ran out and you lost your job, so you can't get a prescription to get more. You know, probably you're the ones that are, you know, writing into the Hims company hoping for a miracle. Eric. Meanwhile, your little soldier still won't stand up at attention. He's here with a mirror trying to give a motivational speech to his little wiener to, you know, build up a little toughness in him. But no, his little soldier still won't stand up. Yeah, well, unfortunately for Eric, they don't work for everybody, and you know, you gotta have something to stand up in the first place for the boner pills to work, I believe. He's got like a little, you know, you take like a little Barbie doll or little action figures on crutches, and he's got that tied up to his member as a splint. You know, I'm just imagining like one of them old school, like old hospital style splints where the guy's got the leg tied up with like the ropes and pulleys in the hospital, and that's why he has tied up to his little wieners. It's been established, Eric. Moving on to the next subject. Yeah, except some people eat Vienna sausages, and I don't think he's ever had the privilege. I don't know. It kind of just started off as like a food journal, just remembering, you know, if you're gonna troll, you know, you don't need that, Scarlet. Started off as just like a food journal because I would make some food and I would forget what I do, and then I would have to just scroll through the internet to like find the recipe again, and I would get frustrated. But yeah, it's fun. I think mostly they're incels with small wieners, Gus. or Raymond. And I could see that don't work. So I see how that could frustrate some people. We'll see, bugged out. We'll see. What's the chance that Eric Benson was born on June's? Let's see, what is that? Either August 6th, 1981, or June 8th, 81. If you're gonna troll, don't put your personal information out as your screen name, Eric. If you're good at something, you never do it for free, Kramer. Yeah, at least have an alias if you're gonna troll. Oh, Jesus. Man, glad I got a gate guard. I mean, somebody Google him, and, probably half the people on here can steal your identity, Eric. Nah, not tonight. I'm just going to wrap it up, clean up, call it a night here in a minute or two. I'm just waiting for one of you to Google Eric, though. I guess that's doxing. Whoops. I guess that's his screen name, though, so you're allowed to do that. Probably have his ATM password, too. Yeah, well, his name's Eric. All right, but I love a nice cold beverage. What the hell does that have to do with making a sandwich? Do you really have nothing? Yeah. God loves you too, Skatey D. That's very kind of you, Bryce. But yeah, food's gone. I've ate it. It was good. Wish you all a great night, y'all. So thanks for joining. Hope to see you again. Even you, Eric. You're welcome back anytime. See y'all later. Oh, I bugged. I'm done. I got things to do. It's random bugs. I don't have a schedule. Maybe someday I'll make a schedule. Oh, I bet it does. What I've generally found is people that come in, scroll through YouTube. One, they're doing it because it's funny, and they really hope that, their boss or the people they know don't find out that, or they're just so depressed, and just having their little screen name read out and getting a reaction is, really the highlight of their day, Just say, oh, yeah, so-and-so is such an asshole. Just getting that little mention. What type of existence, when that's really what they live for. Yeah. Good night, y'all. Catch you tomorrow, maybe. Ciao.